Well, she raised a superstar, and now she's on a mission to help make the world a better place.
Our Vittoria Woodill caught up with Lady Gaga's mom here in Philadelphia, where she's working to bring attention to some very important issues.
This is no joke. I mean, 1 in 4 young people develop anxiety and depression by the time they're 14.
Rather than on one of the largest stages in the world that, say, Lady Gaga would perform on, her mom, Cynthia Germanata, took a seat in a small student lounge at Drexel University as part of Lady Gaga's Joanne World Tour and the Born This Way Foundation to lead a dialogue about building a kinder, braver, and more inclusive campus culture, and to make the discussion about mental health, as her daughter would put it, cool.
There's still a stigma associated with it. There's a fear around that of what are people going to think of me? How am I going to get help? Many young people don't actually know where to go for help. We're here today at Drexel that has actually a wonderful program.
In the small arena, the message struck a chord with students.
What I got from the talk today was there's someone around every corner that can help you.
Can you tell us about that?
And even allowed the mom of a superstar to be seen with a few flaws in hopes to encourage more understanding between parents and their kids.
I know that I grew up in a different time where it was all about having grit and determination and being strong. And that's how I raised my children, but I made some mistakes. I wasn't always as sensitive as I should be to some of the emotional issues that they were struggling with. So as much today as I talk to parents about trying to understand where their children are coming from, I also like to talk to young people about understanding where their parents are coming from.
Both of you were born that way.
We were born that way, yes.
It was a powerful Here we go. It was a powerful day of powerful discussions. And in addition to Honor 9/11, Cynthia and the rest of the students and faculty chipped in to do an act of kindness, filling school bags to the brim with school supplies for families of Philadelphia's first responders.
Wonderful.
Great. Yeah. You know, with so many
Wonderful.
of these things, it's about starting that dialogue. And if you can be the catalyst for that, what a gift, right?
Yeah, and parents also, like, you know, learning how to adapt to a changing world. We all need to adapt to a changing world, and this was a great discussion to bring awareness to all of us.
Sure
All right,
was.
Tori, thanks so much.
Tori.